University and back to Edinburgh via Manchester. Zach has been a gamble his entire life, attending his first match at age 6, when Rob Douglas also kindly provided the assist for Dan Jackson's face in a 2-1 win against Dundee. His highlight supporting the big team comes from Hampden Park, when Craig Beattie put away a last-minute penalty to ensure Hearts' progression to the Scottish Cup final at the expense of Celtic. Apparently some sort of celebration was performed by the goal scorer. Something like this. No, that's not right. Zach has performed Tynecastle all over the country and in Belfast last year. He holds dear an ambition to travel to the US and Australia to further spread appreciation of Burns' masterpiece. Aside from Tynecastle, Zach is a keen footballer himself, as well as a long-distance runner and guitarist. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Zach Gardner.
I just make sure that the microphone isn't too close to my mouth, because when I was rehearsing it was like Vader does Tynecastle, come across to me. Okay, it should be fine. When Chapman Billies leave the street and Ruthie neighbours meet, as market days are warringly and folk begin to tag the gate, well, we sit boozing at the nappy and getting food. Then Uncle Happy and we think, nah, and the line Scots miles. The mosses, the waters, the slaps and styles that lie between us and our hame. Where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brews like a gathering storm and nursing her wrath to keep it warm. Now, this truth found honest Tynecastle is he fair and Nick Cantor. Ah, oh dear, when there are tune surpasses for honest men and bonny lasses. Tam, hast thou but been so wise to take thy own wife Kate's advice? She told thee weel thou was a skill, a blethering, blustering, drunken blell, and that from November till October, in Market Neck they wasna sober. That ilka melder with a miller, thou sat as long as thou had siller. That every nag was cad a shoe on, the smith and thee got roaring full on. At the Lord's house, even on a Sunday, thou drank the curtain jean till Monday. She prophesied that later soon thou would be found drowned in June, or cast the warlocks in the murk by Alloway's fouled, haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, hello. The gars may greet to think how mony counsel sweet, how mony lengthened sage advices the husband fae the wife despises. But to our tale, market night and Tam had got planted, uncorrect, fast by an Ingold, leasing finally by a Riemann Swass that drank divinely. And at his elbow stood Sir Johnny, his ancient trusty Ruthie crony, Tam lewding like a very brother. And they had been through for weeks together. The night drave on with songs and clatter, and the ale was growing better. The landlady had Tam been gracious with her secret, sweet and precious. The suitor told his stories queerest, the landlord's laugh was ready of chorus. Storm outside might rain rustle, but Tam didn't mind the storm or whistle. Care man to see a man sae happy, he drowned himself among the nappy. The minutes winged their way with pleasure. The bees flew hame the laid to treasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious. Or are the ills of life victorious? But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flourish as bloom is shed. Or like the snowfall on a river, a moment's white and melts forever. Or like the borealis race that flit to you can point their place, or like the rainbow's lovely form, vanishing amid the storm. Nae man can tell time nor tide. Oh, the hour approaches. Tam, morn, rise. So, that hour of night, black arch the key stain, that dreary hour he taxed the road in, and sick at night he taxed the road in, as ne'er a poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as 'twad blown its last, the rattling showers was on a blast, the speeding gleams, the darkness walled, loud, lang and deep the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand the deal had business on his hands. Wheel mounted on his brownie grey Meg, a better never lifted leg, and Tam, thank you, Skelpit, through the Dublin mire, despised of wind and rain and fire, was holding fast his good blue bonnet, was crooning over some old Scots sonnet, was clowning around, improving careless vogels, catching him unawares, Kirkcallowa was drawn nigh, where ghasts and hullets nightly cry. But by this time he was crossed the ford, where in the snow the chapman snored, and past the Birkin Eagle Stain, where drunken Charlie Brackneck Bane, and through the wind by the cairn, where hunters flung murdered bairn, and near the thorn up in the well where Mungo's mother hanged her still. Before him doon pours Zara's floods. The Dublin storm was through the winds, the lightnings flashed from pole to pole, near and more near the thunder's roll when, glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirkcallowa seemed in a blaze. The ilk aboard, the beams, they're glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers canst thou make us scorn? With tipney, we fear an evil, Wooskeby will face the deal. The slats serene in Tammy's noddle, fair play, weak ere my deals with bottle. But Maggie stood right sair astonished, till by the hand and heel admonished, she ventured forward. It's okay, on the light. And thou, Tam saw an uncle's sight. Witches and warlocks in a dance, Benet, Cotillon, Brennus from France, the hornpipes, jigs, the spacing wheels that put life and metal in their heels. A winning bunker in the east, there sat with neck and shape of beast, a toozy type, black, grim and large. To give them music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and got them skirl till roof and rafters had to dirl, and coffins stood round like open presses, which showed the deed in their last dresses, and by some devilish cancerous light should a cold dead haunt in the light by which heroic Tam was able to mate upon it's okay, the Haley table. A murderer's veins, give it ends, twas small and wee, unchristened bairns. Nearly cutted, for the rape, with his last gasp, a gab to gape 5 tomahawks with blood red rusted, 5 scimitars with murder crusted, a garter which a babe hath mangled, a knife a father's throat did strangle, of his own son a life bereft, the grey hairs yet stuck to the head, and more of the horror and the offer. Yeah? Alright then. Regina's name would be longer. Was Tammy clever, amazed, curious? The mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew. The dancers quick and quicker flew. They set the reel. They crossed the clique till Ilka Carlin, Swat, Enrique, and kissed their duddies to the walk. And like it acted in her sack. Now, Sam, Tam, had they been queens, a plump and strapping in their teens, their sacks instead of creasy flannin had been Snow White 1700 linen. Well, these weeks of mine, my yin good pair, that yin sort of plush with good play hair, well, I'd happily given them half my birthdays, for I blink of bonny birthdays. But withered Beldans Tam, old and droll, right woody hips fans would stain and flow, louping and flinging on a crummock, the one that didn't turn thy stomach. But Tam kent what was what for brawly. There was I when some went jolly. That night enlisted on the court. Why after Count Carrickshore for mony a East Edess's shot and perished mony a bonny bow, and kept the country both meikle corn and bare, and kept the countryside in fear. Our cutty slack, Paisley hand, while a lassie she had worn in longitude though, yeah, it was sorely scanty, it was her best, and she was vaunty. Ah, little Kent, the Reverend Granny, who coughed that sark for her wee nanny. Twappin Scots, sort of riches, would ever grace the dance of witches. But hear my news on wing me cour. Sick flights were far beyond her poor, to sing how Nanny lapped and flung a supple jade. Oh, she was, and strong, and how Tammy stood like came the west. Felt very enriched. And Satan glowered in there. Fidget for fain and hotched and blue with mighty main. Till first the caper, sin another, Tam, tinses each another together and yells, "Well done, cutty sack!" In an instant, all was dark, and scarcely had Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion side, as bees buzz out with angry fight, and plundered and herds sailed their fight, as open pussy mortal foe when she pops before the nose. As eager runs, the market crowd went, "Curse the teeth, resounds aloud." So Maggie runs. The witches follow with mourning and angry screeches all on. "Oh, Tam, they'll get thee faring. In hell they'll roast thee like a herring. In vain thy Kate awaits thy come. Our Kate soon to be a awful woman. Now do thy speedy utmost make for the keystane in the brig. There at end thy tail may toss her, running over they down across the the keystane she must make. The peaks and tail she has to shake her nanny. Hard beyond the rest, hard upon noble makes she press, and flew its atlas furious settle. But little was she Maggie's metal. I spring bra for Master Hill, but left behind the rain grey tail. The Carlin caught her by the rump and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, where this tale of truth may lead, every man, mother's son, take heed. Whenever to the drink you are inclined, and cutty sarks run in your mind, think you may buy joys o'er dear. Remember Tynecastle's men. To Meg,